For 4 big days of hot summer action, July 20th through the 23rd at the Platte County Fairground. Demo Derby on Wednesday, Marathon on Thursday, and the Central State Summer Championship Demo Derby on Friday. Then Saturday. It's Smoking by the River, the Lucas Oil Truck and Tractor Pull at the Platte County Fairgrounds. Get on out to the Platte County Fair, July 20th through the 23rd. Take I-29 to exit 18 or 19. Check out theplattecountyfair.com for details.
All right, everybody, I got Jason Hill from Platte City, Missouri, and he is one of the promoters and sponsors of the big Platte County Fairgrounds poll coming up. I said that wrong, Jason. Platte County Fairgrounds. Is it the Platte County Fairgrounds?
Yes, Platte County Fairgrounds.
I didn't butcher it then. Saturday, July 23rd. One heck of a good poll. You sent me your radio commercial earlier, and you're doing a lot of good job promoting that. And you and I keep talking. We got to quit having our poll on the same day because our Churn and Dirt National is the same day. But it's tough. 5 weekends in July this year. July. It seems like, Jason, like July 15th through August, into August is like just crazy fair time. It's like pull everywhere. You know what I mean? And you got to work everything together. So.
Yeah, that is correct. The Western Series, we have a lot of three hooks a weekend here coming up here shortly. I think we have, this weekend is Montgomery City, Missouri. Then we turn back around, come back to Platte City, and I think we're off for a weekend. And then we have Washington, Missouri, McLeod, Kansas, Coffeyville. Then we get geared up for our state fair runs around here. They're about the second or third week of August.
Before we talk about your poll coming up this Saturday, July 23rd, again, I got Jason Hill from Platte City, Missouri with me, and he's got the Hill Brothers Construction Limited Pro Stock Diesel Truck. How are you doing in the points so far this year?
We had that hiccup there at Milan where we broke our cam gear. Cost us a run at Fayette. I believe we're setting about second in points right now. I mean, we got our 15 show-up points, but we'll be setting somewhere in that second category. Hopefully we can keep hammering on first place like we have been beginning of the season and take the points lead here in the next couple of runs.
So what everybody out there listening, I don't know how the NTPA does it or the Outlaws do it exactly, but I know how like Lucas Oil does. We get 50 for first, 48 for second, 46 for third, and that's what Jason's talking about. So he had some issues at Milan, and he got 15 points for basically show points in theory because his truck was broke. But he basically lost 35 points that night from a first place down to that. So that's what he's talking about. He's trying to catch back up on all of that. So let's talk about Platte City. Busy week for you. I know you do a ton for the fair. I really got to talk to you a good chunk down in Mound City, Missouri. You do a lot of the track building and stuff like that. Where are you at? What's the weather? It's supposed to be pretty warm in Wisconsin. They're talking like 95 on Thursday with a heat index like 105. Now our forecast for Saturday is like 88 and sunny. What's it looking like for you this weekend?
This weekend, I think we're looking at about 100 degrees. Looks like Friday going to be in the high 90s, Saturday right at 100. We're coming out of a wet week. We had about 5 inches of rain last week. The fairgrounds is dry. We actually worked on a track some today. Obviously we have Demolition Derby Wednesday of this week. We have a Marathon Thursday, Friday, another Demolition Derby, and then we start hauling the equipment in Friday, and we'll basically cut all the dirt out of the track and lay it back in there and be ready for a PPL Champions Tour Western Series show Saturday.
And you just told me the amount of people, and 100 degrees isn't going to scare people in Missouri. We live in the Midwest in the summer. It's July. It's supposed to be hot. It's better than a rain out. And so I don't want any of the fans to get scared like that and get scared about the weather. There'll be plenty of hydration opportunities with water and cold beer and soda and things like that too. So, and that's, we got to embrace our fans, and that's why you go to a poll, Jason. A lot of people, they want to have a cold beer, hang out with their friends, and watch some of the best truck contractors in the country in Platte City. So, can you kind of go through, I know the poll starts at 7 o'clock, right?
Yes.
And then I know it's $15, but that gets you into the fairgrounds, and that gets you free into the poll, right?
That is correct. We have Saturday night, we'll have full carnival. We're known for, obviously the Budweiser that we have here in Missouri, and we have a bar on the fairgrounds. We have 3 beer gardens, actually. We have our own bar, the Dirty Shame Saloon. It will be wall-to-wall people. I mean, I'm sure after the truck and tractor pull, Rich Johnson, he'll be in there. Rod Schottel, basically all your big guys will be there. It's actually kind of fun to see them in there, and they get to interact with the crowd and, have a cold beer and it's a good thing for everybody here in town.
No, I like that a lot, Jason, because part of the Let's Grow polling show, you and I shared ideas about brackets and stuff, and we're not going to get into that tonight. But when people now, this is the second time I've interviewed you, next time they see you pull out on the sled, on the track, and back your truck up to the sled, they're going to have a little bit more of a personal connection with Jason Hill. You know what I mean? Because hey, I've heard him talk, and he owns a construction company, and he's a good guy. And I want to put that face to the vehicle. We don't have any big, like what you and I would consider big names, like you said, Rich Johnson. You got the beautiful Shag Nasty tractor, but 80% of the people don't know who Rich Johnson is, or Rod Schottel, the Black Case. I got to start matching that up more with social media and these interviews and stuff like that. So I'm glad that you're able to do that. And one of the other interviews we're going to have on the show tonight, we talked about coming in the pits and talking to the pullers. Does Platte City have that ability, or is it one of those fairgrounds that's set up where it just doesn't work?
No, we do have the ability. We've actually, Christy Chastain, with PPL, she came up with a good idea a few years ago. Our fairgrounds is separated by a fence, for the pit area. So, we don't have the crowd as a lot of the trucks or tractors are running around in the pit now next to the carnival. And a lot of the kids, spectators, they come right out and get in the seat with us, stand next, shake our hands, take pictures. That Christy kind of brought some good ideas to us, and that's kind of helped get more fan interaction. The other thing that we've done is this week, our truck will be on display. I got to call Wagle, and maybe I can get his tractor, but we're gonna hit the Price Choppers pretty hard. They're a big sponsor of our county fair, CarQuest, O'Reilly Auto Parts, our John Deere dealers. We're going to try to set our trucks and tractors out this week at a few locations, and try to spend 3 or 4 hours there this week at each location, and hopefully meet some people and just get them excited about coming to the fair. Like you said, it's all about interaction.
Yep,
get
it
the
is.
fans in the stands.
Entertainment, that entertainment value. Why did you go to the World Series games last year, Jason? It was entertaining. You were sending me text messages because I thought it was kind of a dick move. But hey, you're a friend of mine, and you're hey, I'm at the World Series and you're not.
Yeah.
But that's what friends do.
I told you to come down.
I know. But that's important that we have to entertain fans. We have to interact with fans and let them know that, hey, we just have a pulling vehicle. We want to put on a good show for you. And I thank every person I ever see, Jason. Like, I was in Baraboo Friday night, and we were in Darlington Saturday night. Every fan that looked me in the eye, hey, thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for coming out tonight. Because I rode home with my wife. I didn't ride home in the toter, and walking out into the pits, the parking lot on our way home. And I had my crew shirt on, so everybody recognizes me. Like, hey, how's it going, Jason? I'm like, great. Thanks for coming out tonight. Thanks for supporting pulling. And, that's why I like talking about you, Jason. We share these ideas, and it gets in other people's heads, and maybe they can make that idea better. You shared Christie's idea. Maybe somebody else can put that in their poll, because every poll is unique. And you talked about how big your fair is. What kind of crowd are you expecting to watch the poll Saturday night, Jason?
Saturday night, I bet we'll have 5,000 to 7,000 people there.
That's awesome.
It will be. I don't know if you've ever been to Kansas City, Jason, but there'll be vehicles parked down I-29. That's the main interstate that runs, north and south through the state of Missouri, and there'll be vehicles parked out on it. There'll be people walking into the fairgrounds from miles away. We've got shuttle tractors, pulling wagons to get, more people we can get in the fairgrounds, the better off we are. We can promote pulling, promote the demolition derby, the carnival, everything it takes to make the fair what it is. We're trying to accommodate it, but again, we can only hold so many people. But yeah, we'll have 5,000 to 7,000 people Saturday night.
Hey, one thing I like what you're doing too. Yes, you're bringing in the Champions Tour, the highest level of polling. You're bringing in the Western Series, the Midwest, the best in the Midwest. But you got a local sponsor, you said, that stepped up and is doing the 2.5 diesel truck class. Can you tell us about that a little bit?
Yes, a good friend of ours, Eric Martin, KC Tent Works, has a number 9 saloon, owns a tinning business, just good guy. We're trying to get the 2.5 diesels involved. So I contacted Eric. Eric has a lot of Harley rides, a lot of diesel pickup cruises, just cruises throughout Kansas City. Reached out to him. He is sponsoring the 2.5 diesel class. Hopefully we can get PPL motivated to add that class for 2017. Right now, it looks like we've got somewhere between 14 and 17 trucks signed up that have already called, committed. So we should have a heck of a 2.5 diesel class. But this is it. it was kind of our idea, but if it wasn't for Eric Martin and Casey Tentworks, we really wouldn't have it.
Well, kudos to him. And when we talk about the 2.5 truck, and I don't want people to be offended by the word beginner, but when you're thinking about building the diesel truck, that is the starter class or the beginner class to work your way up to where the level that you're pulling at, Jason, with your fellow competitors. And I'm glad that they're showcasing it at an event like a Platte City, where 5,000 to 7,000 people like that, because that's going to be like, hey, I could build one of those, and that gets more pullers excited and the fans excited and things like that. So kudos to you.
What it also does is, not all of us are lucky enough to, have Harch Diesel, have O'Brien Diesel, have whoever, working on our trucks or our tractors, Jason. I mean, these are high school kids, 20-year-old kids that are in college, puts EFI live, can spend a few bucks on a turbocharger, and can come out in front of 5,000, 6,000 people and put on a show.
Yep.
That again, that's one driver. He'll usually bring 4 or 5 new faces, especially with that young age group, into our venue, and that helps us out bottom line, and we'll continue to grow the sport. Plus, as we all get older, me and you and I, we're going to have to step down one of these days. And just gives us, somebody to follow in our footsteps.
And another thing they do too, and I agree 100% with you, but then they get to see the unlimited super tractors that you're bringing down. Or do you have light supers or unlimiteds? I'm sorry. I think you have lights.
I think we have, what do we have? Let me grab a poster. We have Pro Mod 4x4 modified tractors, Pro Stock tractors, Super Farm tractors, limited Pro diesels, limited Pro Stock tractors, 8500, and the Pro Farm. So we'll have Harch's, new tractor here. We'll have probably Cody Shea. We'll have a few of those guys that are close to us.
Yep. They'll
be here for the Pro Stocks.
No, that's going to be great. And but my point is that the fans can see that. They're like, holy cow, that's amazing. And like this is something. And I don't want to pick on brush pulls or non-sanctioned pulls, but I was in Iowa last night. My dad's 60th birthday party. Jason, who I was talking to a guy who'd never been to like an NTPA pull or an outlaw pull or a PPL pull. He always goes to an East Central Iowa pull. And East Central Iowa, they do a good job, but they only have one class with 24 5s for the tractors. It's basically a super farm class. And super farm class is great, but we know there's some bigger classes than that. And he's like, I don't know why people think they need these limited pros and these pro stocks. I'm like, have you ever seen one run? He's like, I go, because when they leave the line, when a pro stock leaves the line, I get goosebumps every single time. And that's one of the coolest things in the world. And when you spool up your diesel truck, Jason, it's awesome. And the fans need to see that. And that's where with a brush pull or a non-sanctioned pull, they don't get to see the bigger stuff like that. And I know not everybody can afford that, and that's fine. But I just want fans to know that there are bigger pulls out there, and it doesn't have to be a Toma or a Chapel Hill or a big, you know what I mean? It can go see at their fair, and you're bringing that to the Platte County Fair. So kudos to you, Jason, for doing that. Again, I'm talking to Jason Hill from Platte City, Missouri. He's the owner and driver of the Hills Brother construction truck and the limited Pro Stock diesel class, and also a big part of the Platte County Fair truck and tractor pull. And he also built the track for us up in Mountain City for the Champions Tour and Western Series pull there. Let's kind of go over the details one more time, Jason. I know you got a lot going on this week, but thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us. But kind of go over the details again. Saturday, July 23rd. Tell them where they can park. Do all your good stuff.
Yeah, we have, starting Wednesday this week, we have Demolition Derby. Thursday, Mud-a-thon. Friday, another high payout Demolition Derby. And then we bring the Lucas Oil Pro Pulling League to the Platte County Fair. We're going to have the Pro Mod 4x4 trucks. We'll have Hagedorn there. We'll have modified tractors, Pro Stock tractors, a Super Farm, limited Pro diesel pickups, the 8500 4-1s, and the Western Series Pro Farm class.
It's going to be great. So, and it's Platte County Fairgrounds. Is that the Facebook page, Jason?
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Platte County, PlatteCountyFair.com is our website, www.PlatteCountyFair.com.
Awesome. Hey, buddy. Hey, thanks for taking time tonight, and good luck. I'll talk to you soon this week, and good luck this weekend, bud.
Yep. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Jason. Have a good night.